Well, you guys wanted it, and now you shall receive. Here is part 2 to expensive Thomas Wooden Railway items. But before we start, I want to give a quick little update. Now, if you've been watching my channel recently, you would know that 2 of the items I talked about in my last video are now in my possession. Those being the Flying Scotsman and the Troublesome Brake Van. And I think I got them both for a pretty good price. All it takes is a lot of patience. If you wait just like me, there's a chance that one day in the future, you might get a good deal too. That's the lesson today, folks. Patience is a virtue. So it never hurts to take a little time to see. Okay, enough with the sappy shit. Let's just get to the video. First up are the express coaches. Now, my question is, why in the hell were these discontinued? What was the point? They're some of the most needed items in anyone's collection. And it's not like they weren't in the show anymore. They're literally probably one of the most prevalent pieces of rolling stock in the entire series. Anyways, since the express coaches were discontinued in 2011, the price for them has been steadily increasing over time. They don't cost that much compared to other expensive Thomas Wooden Railway items, but the fact that they were on store shelves for over 10 years made me want to put this on the list. If you want an express coach in your collection, you're going to have to pay upwards of $30 to $40, maybe $25 if you're lucky. Now, if you thought those coaches were expensive, let me tell you, you haven't seen nothing, because there's also the mail coaches. The mail coaches were sold for an even shorter amount of time than the express coaches, and because of that, they're a lot more expensive nowadays. Weirdly enough though, mail coaches aren't as needed as express coaches, so at first I didn't think they would have that much different of a price. I was dead wrong. If you want one of these, you're gonna have to pay like $60. But I'm not done talking about the mail coaches yet. There's also the version that came with a Hard at Work Percy, and that one's even more expensive. It was sold for only 1 year and was a part of the lead paint crisis. If you want one of these, expect to pay like $70 or more. Next up is Boko. Oh, I love Boko. Boko's so cool. The reason Boko is so expensive is, like I said in my last video about Donald and Douglas, he's a fan favorite character. And we all should know by now that fan favorite characters plus a discontinuation equals expensive prices. It's not that hard to find Bokos in the wild, but it is a little bit harder to find them for a decent price. If you don't care about the cost and you just really want a Boko, I wouldn't buy any Bokos higher than $50. But if you want to wait a little bit for a cheaper one, you can find Bokos around the $30 or $40 range. Okay, so I've talked about this next item time and time again on my channel, but I just couldn't help putting it in this video. That's right, I'm talking about the Sawmill and Dumping Depot. Now, I want you to guess why this item is expensive. I'll give you a few seconds. This thing is Ginosaurus. It was expensive when it first came out, it's still expensive now, and it's just really cool. When I get this one day, I'm gonna be so freaking happy. But when buying one, expect to pay upwards of $150 or more. Alright, here's another item I actually own, the double wide old iron bridge. This thing is sick. It's basically a Sodor Bay bridge, but instead of being blue with only 1 track, it's red and has 2 tracks. This item was only sold for about 4 years, so if you want one, get ready to pay insane prices. Thankfully, I got mine for a little bit cheaper than it usually is, but if you want one for your own, they can sometimes go for $200 or more. But if you're lucky, you can get one for under $200, maybe around the $150 range, or even $125, who knows? Alright, the next item we're going to talk about is a suggestion from ADSD Vids. Side note, his channel is pretty cool, check it out. He suggested a few items, but the one that caught my eye the most was Introducing James. Now obviously this James is based off his livery in the second Railway series book, and it was released alongside The Adventure Begins, which retells those stories. Since The Adventure Begins is a very popular special in the community, of course this item's gonna be a little bit expensive, but no, it's not a little bit expensive, it's a lot of bit expensive. If you want one of these in good condition, get ready to pay like $100. Alright, it's time for the expensive Thomas Wooden Railway items quiz show. I'm gonna say a random Thomas Wooden Railway item, and you have to tell me whether or not you think it's expensive. Say yes if you think it is, say no if you think it's not. Good luck. The over-the-track signal. No, not really. Bell. Yep. Mavis. No. Trevor. The pedestrian bridge. Duh. So that was the quiz. How many points did you get? If you say 5, you're a fucking liar. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below suggestions for if I make a part 3 to this. And yeah, see you guys later.